The 7th annual Seaway Autumn Studio Tour is a unique fall attraction that's held throughout the Prescott area. Instead of presenting finished works in one setting, attendees have the rare opportunity to meet with artists in person and in their own studios.
The Seaway Autumn Studio Tour this year is our 7th year, and it's a group of 18 artists, and we're going to be situated in 10 studios all around Prescott and the surrounding area. We've been doing this, as I said, for 7 years, and it's a wide variety of people. We have a woman who produces pieces of glass, like stained glass, only she uses found pieces of glass and melts them together in her kiln and creates the most unusual pieces you've ever seen in your life. We have fiber art artisans. We have people who are doing painting in acrylics, watercolors, oils. We have myself who does the photography, and we have a gentleman who does iron pieces, and it's hard to describe. He does the most incredible pieces of iron with found implements from farms. That makes rocking chairs and pot holders, birdhouses, all different kinds of things. Very unusual things, one-of-a-kind stuff. The stuff that Steve Henderson produces with the found implements from the farm. I grew up on a farm, so to see things like seats from old tractors reused, repurposed, and made into rocking chairs, and to see horse harness that's been repurposed and made into pieces of art, it's quite incredible. And all of them are opening their studios, so you can physically go in and see how they create these things. You can see the base materials that we start off with. And in some cases you can have things commissioned if you have a specific idea of what you want. We're very accommodating. We're open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. this weekend, September 19th and 20th, Saturday and Sunday. So between the hours of 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. you just have to show up at any of the studios, and you can start wherever you want. The actual pamphlet has a map on it, and it can be downloaded by going to www.sast.ca, which is the Seaway Autumn Studio Tour.ca, and you can download it in a PDF format. There is a form on the back that when you go to each of those studios, you get a little stamp, and when you've visited all 10, you hand it into whichever is the last studio that you go to, and it doesn't have to be any specific order either, and your name will be put into a draw for an original piece by Sharon Stein.
Judging from Mike's studio alone, visitors to the Seaway Autumn Studio Tour are certainly in for a treat. One of the big pluses to a forum such as this one is being able to talk to the artists one-on-one about not only the process of creation, but also about their inspirations and backgrounds.
My original inspiration was my father. Dad took thousands of pictures, and Mom always complained there was no people in the pictures. I didn't think that was a bad thing. I thought they were pretty cool. My background is I'm an avid gardener, and I like to have pictures of my garden and flowers, and I think flowers are the most beautiful thing ever. They're in so many different varieties and colors. And I wanted to catch the very essence of a flower, the shape, the petals, the color, the season. And I've taken thousands and thousands of photographs over the past 35 years. I have gone from being a tentative artist, and at first of all I cringe every time I use the word artist for myself, and now I can say it. I am an artist, and you can see from some of the work around the studio here, which I'm very, very proud of. These are pieces that are produced using Photoshop. Each piece takes upwards of 30 to 60 hours. That doesn't include taking the photo. That's just from the time I bring it into the computer and work with it. I produce them in limited editions of 10, and that's it. From these, I also produce blank greeting cards, which are sold at local garden centers, flower shops, Green Things in Brockville, and House of Flowers here in Prescott. They're available on my website, and I also do several shows a year, such as the one coming up with the Seaway Autumn Studio Tour. One of the cool things that's coming up with this tour is I did a piece a couple years ago called Wrapped, and it's a pink and white Gerber daisy that has sort of a plastic wrap draped over it. It's kind of cool, very futuristic looking. And the other artists in the Seaway Autumn Studio Tour sort of took a shine to it. And at Cup After Cup here in Prescott, the 2 days, the 19th and 20th of September, that particular piece is going to be displayed along with the interpretations of all the other artists. So one woman has done it in mixed media, using a doll face for the center and pieces of Monopoly cards around the outside. The gentleman who does ironworks has produced what he's calling his cubist piece, which I haven't seen yet. And apparently the flower's been done in tiny pieces of triangular steel that he's welded together. It's been done in fiber, it's been done in oil, it's been done in acrylic and watercolor. And I haven't seen any of these yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. It should be quite cool.
Reporting for The Source, I'm Steve Savage.